To be able to tie the complete life cycle of a caddis, you must also, beside the larva, you have to go into a pupa. Now, Caddisfly has a complete metamorphosis. So, just as a moth or a butterfly will have a complete metamorphosis in dry land, they have the complete metamorphosis as well. Again, we're going to use this very light wire hook. It's a European hook that's made for the fly called the clean hammer. And we're going to slide in a very small glass bead that will end up resembling the head and eyes of the flies, as you will see. Now you can tie these flies from size 12 down to size 18. Now I'm tying them size 14 right now, which is the most common way. Again, the thread is going to be a 12-aught thread. And we're going to basically follow the same steps as the larva, except the abdominal section would be much fatter, much meatier. Now many of these pupas will swim up to the top of the current before the back split and the adult flies out. So they will have all the fissures of the adult flies. And again, we're going to use a liquid lace, larva lace, nymph rib, I believe this is what I have here, but it doesn't really matter which one you use. Tie them up with the flat side down again and the round side up. I'm going to do the underbody again from white rabbit hair. Now you can use any type of hair you wish. Australian possum work just fine. If you don't have one substitute for another, none of these patterns over here are so stringent or rigid that you couldn't tie them if you didn't have rabbit hair by any means. In fact, if you have not that I'm suggesting you cut the hair of the push at home, but if you have a dog you brush and remove under hairs in time of year, you may even be able to use that. Being creative is a great part of the enjoyment of tying flies. Again, I dab, leaving all the filaments from the rabbit hair sticking out, so it gave me a lot of gills. You see, this filament protruding in between the wounds of the plastic strip we're using will recreate and imitate the gills, because until this insect hatches totally, they must absorb oxygen from the water. Okay, now to me that looks like pretty fussy. So we're going to start winding now. Again, turn it upside down. Gravity helps you a great deal in the first two wounds of the plastic, so they're going to slide out. Then you can start going, and you don't have to stretch this vinyl. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it. In fact, just enough to have them hold their shape, but not necessary for you to put a lot of pressure on it. Okay. Now you notice I left a lot of room in between the bead and where I am securing the vinyl strip. And that's because we're going to put other units to have a wing pads, and we're going to trim them right off the bat, try to be sure that you get all the extra excess fibers from the rabbit that we don't need. We're going to color this just as we did the other one. A little bit of olive, permanent marker, a little bit of brown. We must maintain that dual tonality.
You hit it with a mallet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to do
At random, Martin.
grass tubing and going through it.
Good enough, right there.
And I wasn't real successful when I was trying to layer them.
The next step is to try to
When I'm trying to layer
create
them, I'm just punching one piece out of a flip
the
top to make it
wing pads,
popper. It's not bad.
which this pupa hold on either side of their bodies, attached to the abdominal section, and which later will break out and produce the real wings that will help this moth-like insect fly around.
What is this?
This is a Swiss straw that we have break in half to begin with and then just push together. Now, if you have a hard time getting the thing to stick together, there's a little trick that I'm going to show you. This is a paste floating. I use it a lot. And just put a little bit on your fingers.
And how are you shaped? Can I pick it up?
Then just wrap it on to the Swiss straw, which is going to help to hold them together so when you cut them, it will hold its shape. Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you wanted to weigh this fly down, you can do some kind of a very small lead wire, wrap it inside the thoracic area. Now, I made a cut in here, so it's starting to look like the wing. And I'm going to touch one, and I'm going to turn the fly over a little bit so you can see. I'm going to touch my side first. Almost 3/4 of the body has to be covered, and so you want to have that. Okay. Now, before you attach this, you're going to dab a little bit of olive rabbit here to create a color, if you may, that's going to allow you to split those wings when you place them. Otherwise, they're going to collapse too much, and you don't want that. There, just a little color. Now you see what I mean in just a second here. There. Now that's one. Now to tie the next one, get a couple rounds on that Swiss straw, pinch it together to hold the shape, fold it over the other way, and secure on the other side. We can always trim it a little later so it matches the one on this side. And just reposition this so it stays true to the side of the body. There. Now with the scissors, of course, we'll pick up this and trim it. That's a little bit long, so I'm going to trim it a little bit more. And I still think it should be trimmed a little bit more, so you can adjust as you go. There's no particular size. At this point, you're not fishing yet, so the only judge you have is you, yourself. Yep, I like that. I think it stays in both sides. It's not exact, but it's pretty darn close. The next step is to make the wing case and the legs, and again we're going to use fibers from a pheasant tail, about 1/4 inch of them. This is what you're going to tie right here. Now that again will give you symmetry in your fly. I'm going to trim this extra material out of the way. And why don't we just put a wound of thread right here. There. Now there's a couple of fusses in there that are very minuscule, very small, but I see them and they bug me, so I'll just take them out. Now we're going to dab the rest of the thorax with this rabbit hair. Just pick at random some of the under fur to make it a clean dabbing. Try to stay away from too many guard hairs that will make the dabbing very fussy. That's the part that I wanted to build up a little bit, was the back of the thorax, not the front necessarily. No, that's good. Let's try that again. Oh yeah. Now I like the way it looks now. Okay. If you miss a couple of fibers, it's no problem. They are there. I'm starting with my fingernail, pull on it, so spread them open. I missed this one fiber right here, but I'm going to take it out. There. Now I'm going to split those. Split them open. Then split the other side as well. That's exactly what I want right there. This one could be a little bit further lower, pointing downward. Yes. Okay. Another fiber here I don't like, so we just take it out. Take a look at it. And all that's left is to put 2 fasten fiber for the fillers or antennas, and actually they are antennas. The difference between fillers and antennas is that many underwater creatures, insects and crustaceans, they have fillers that they fill things around and help them to find food. Well, this one over here, once they become an insect, they are antennas. Okay, you will tie those on top. Nice. There. We trim the rest of this, we don't need. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to quick finish this. Take one more look at it, be sure that we got all the things we want, and we got them over there. Okay. Now, if you use a thread that is too light, you can always pick up a marker and color them darker. And that way there's no wrong way of tying this fly. Let me touch off a little bit the back of this. Find out there. There. That's what I think is a finished fly. Let's go up.